Chihuahua energy, Yorkie attitude, crammed into something small enough to lose in a couch cushion. On paper, the Chorkie sounds like the perfect little dog. Compact, loyal, low maintenance. That's the official pitch anyway. What the pitch leaves out could fill an entire video. And it did. So before you bring one home, here are 9 things no one tells you about owning a Chorkie. Number 1. Potty training can be weirdly inconsistent. Potty training a Chorkie isn't just slow. It's inconsistent in a way that will genuinely mess with your head. The frustrating part isn't the accidents. It's when your dog clearly knows the routine, does it perfectly for 2 weeks straight, and then one Tuesday just doesn't. No warning, no obvious reason. In fact, one Chorkie owner described it exactly.
She knows not to go in the house and has even started asking to go out. But every blue moon she pees in the living room corner to remind me she still calls the shots.
The dog knew the rules. The dog had demonstrated knowing the rules, and then picked a new set of rules anyway. Both parent breeds bring something to this problem. The Chihuahua side is sensitive to any change in environment or routine. The Yorkie side adds stubbornness. Together, you get a dog that learns fast enough to give you false confidence and then resets right when you thought you were done. Consistency isn't just helpful here, it's the whole game. Number 2. They're often smart in an annoying way, not an obedient way. Your Chorkie will learn sit in about 10 minutes. Whether it performs sit when you ask is an entirely separate negotiation. This is the thing owners don't figure out until they're standing in the kitchen holding a treat, saying the command for the 4th time, watching their dog stare back at them like a small, unimpressed professor. One owner put it perfectly, saying, "I swear he's a little human at times. He's so incredibly smart, but he uses it against me all the time." The intelligence is real. The compliance, however, is optional and apparently depends on factors only the dog fully understands. Mood, treat quality, how interesting the alternative is. Both parent breeds contribute here. Yorkies are sharp but deeply stubborn. On the other hand, Chihuahuas are perceptive and will absolutely clock the moment your energy drops. Put those together, and you get a dog that's essentially running a cost-benefit analysis every time you give a command. High-value treats, short sessions, and zero negotiating. The moment it becomes a back and forth, you've already lost. Number 3. The bark can be absurdly big for the body. There will be a moment, probably within the first week, where your Chorkie loses its mind over something outside and you'll stop what you're doing just to process what you're hearing. Both parent breeds are vocal by design. Chihuahuas bark to alert. Yorkies bark because they're built to be fearless and loud about it. Combine those two, compress it into a 7-pound body, and what comes out is genuinely disproportionate to the packaging. One owner described it saying, "The best thing about having a Chorkie is that they're amazing alarm systems. When she sees or even hears something or someone, she's barking." Anything qualifies. Hallway noise, joggers, raised voices 2 rooms over, a dog appearing on television. The trigger list is long and the threshold is low. For apartment dwellers especially, this is the thing that blindsides people most. They expected a small dog to have a small bark. What they got was a tiny, relentless security system with no snooze button. Early training and desensitization will help, but window access without intervention basically guarantees a full-time announcement service. Number 4. A lot of them act like they run the household. Nobody told the Chorkie it was the smallest dog in the room. In fact, one owner explained, "She definitely tried to take over as pack leader. She's very people and dog aggressive and barked a lot as a new puppy." The pack leader ambitions aren't random. Both parent breeds arrive with a serious attitude built in. Chihuahuas are famously domineering despite their size. Yorkies were bred with terrier boldness and zero instinct to back down. Mix those two, and you often get a dog that will attempt to run the household, the yard, and apparently any bigger dog unlucky enough to wander into its orbit. Owners describe Chorkies stealing bones from dogs triple their size, keeping larger dogs in line with nothing but sheer audacity, and treating the family sofa like a throne that requires defending. The real problem is that it's hard to take seriously at first. A tiny dog being bossy reads as cute, until the behavior is fully baked in and suddenly a lot less charming. Boundaries from day one matter more with this breed than most people expect. Number 5. They can be tiny shredders, not delicate little toy dogs. Go ahead and buy the cute plush toys. Just know they have an expiration date measured in minutes, not months. Owners consistently describe this with genuine disbelief. Stuffing pulled out, sneakers extracted and discarded, beds gutted, tissue boxes emptied, toilet paper unrolled down the hallway. One Chorkie owner summed it up plainly. "If he doesn't have a chew toy, he'll go for one of my shoes." Don't underestimate the chewing abilities either. The Yorkies' terrier instincts drive a lot of this. That breed was built to chase, grab, and shake prey. And those instincts don't disappear because the target is now a stuffed duck from PetSmart. Add the Chihuahua's tendency toward boredom-driven destruction, and you've got a dog that treats soft objects less like toys and more like projects. Boredom and understimulation make it significantly worse. That said, rubber chews and puzzle feeders hold up better than plush. Learn that early and save yourself a lot of stuffing cleanup. Number 6. They may look like a lap accessory and turn out to be little athletes. Somewhere between the tiny frame and the fluffy face, people assume calm and cuddly. Then the ball hits the floor, and there's a blur moving at speeds that don't make physical sense. In fact, one owner hilariously mentioned, "Our Chorkie is a walking contradiction. If you saw him, you'd think he never moves from a lap. But if you bring out a ball, he's like the Michael Jordan of lap dogs." Owners describe Chorkies playing fetch obsessively, outlasting their humans in indoor play sessions, and some that take to swimming with complete confidence despite their size. But what really catches people off guard is their stamina. A 10-minute session doesn't touch them. Understimulated Chorkies find their own entertainment, and we've already covered what that looks like. Their small size means the athletic requirements are manageable. However, they do need it consistently, every day without exception. Skip it regularly, and a very different dog shows up. Number 7. Poor socialization shows up fast as territorial or standoffish behavior. Sweet at the park, nightmare at the front door. That's a pattern Chorkie owners describe often enough that it has its own thread. For instance, one owner said, "One thing I noticed is he doesn't like strangers. He continues to bark and growl. I haven't taken him around any other dogs, but I'm fearful he's not friendly." Both parent breeds carry strong territorial instincts. The Chihuahua is famously one-person loyal, and the Yorkie was bred to be alert and reactive on home turf. Without early, consistent socialization, that window closes faster than most owners realize. What makes this specific to Chorkies is the split behavior. Out in the world, many are perfectly fine, curious, social, manageable. Bring a stranger into the house and a completely different dog shows up. Some owners describe their Chorkie being relaxed at daycare but going ballistic the moment someone unfamiliar walks through the front door. It's not a one-time thing. A Chorkie that only meets new people occasionally will treat every visitor like a home invasion. Number 8. The maintenance reality isn't just grooming. Brush the coat, trim the nails, done. That's what most people picture. Then they find out about the teeth. Dental disease is one of the most consistently flagged issues in Chorkie ownership, and it tends to catch people off guard because it sounds like a minor thing until it isn't. One vet responding to a Chorkie owner put the problem plainly. "They often lose most of their teeth before they reach their teenage years. These small dogs don't have enough room in their mouths for all those teeth, so they get jammed together." Too many teeth, too little space, nowhere for the plaque to go. Owners who've had Chorkies long-term describe annual dental cleanings under anesthesia, multiple extractions by middle age, and significant tooth loss in older dogs. The community advice is consistent. Start brushing from puppyhood, not eventually. Left unmanaged, dental disease doesn't stay in the mouth. It feeds into systemic infection, heart strain, and chronic pain that's easy to miss because dogs hide it well. The toothbrush costs almost nothing. The dental under anesthesia does not. Number 9. You're buying a genetic wildcard. Pull up any Chorkie forum and read 10 owner descriptions back to back. Most likely, they won't sound like the same breed. That's just how first-generation crosses work. There's no breed standard pulling genetics toward a consistent outcome because each puppy is a fresh shuffle of Chihuahua and Yorkie traits. Those two breeds are different enough that the results vary wildly. For example, one owner on Waggle described their brother and sister Chorkies perfectly.
This is chubby and chill, bro is skinny and hyper. Complete opposites in personality. He's semi-aggressive with strangers while she loves everyone.
Same parents, same home, completely different dogs. Some Chorkies are easy to potty train. Some take years. Some barely bark. Some are relentless. Some are outgoing with strangers from day one. Others stay cautious their entire lives. Breeders who promise a specific temperament are guessing. Go in knowing that, and whatever shows up, you're prepared for it. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.